If you guys remember, just a season ago, the Pistons were trying to navigate a tough season, and they had a 14-68 record, enduring a franchise record 28-game losing streak. Fast forward to today, and they're sitting comfortably with a 35-27 record, holding the 6th seed in the Eastern Conference. Talk about a Motown miracle. Thank you to BetUS for sponsoring today's video, and well, in today's video, we're going to talk about how the Pistons went from very bad to a very dangerous team. We're going to be breaking down the standout players on the Pistons. Before we do that, the main reason why they've been winning is Coach Bickerstaff. They weren't just hiring a coach, they were hiring a culture setter, and this team was in dire need of structure, accountability, and most importantly, an identity. They've been struggling to find one, and well, Bickerstaff wasted no time finding an identity. First, he emphasized defense. The Pistons were a pretty bad team last season when it comes to defense. They were bottom in defensive efficiency, but under Bickerstaff, they've cracked the top 12 in defensive rating. That is an insane jump. Second, he empowered his young core. Instead of treating Cade Cunningham, Jaden Ivey, and Asar Thompson like inexperienced kids, he gave them the keys to the offense, but with discipline. And third, he brought a winning mentality. The Pistons had a losing culture for years, but Bickerstaff doesn't tolerate complacency, and you could see it in the team's energy. They're playing with grit, toughness, and belief that they can beat literally anyone. But to beat someone, you would need a star player on your team, and this has been Cade Cunningham so far. He's like the franchise's cornerstone, the leader, and a rising superstar. He's still very young, and just a year ago, people were doubting Cade's potential. Injuries slowed him down, Detroit was losing non-stop, and the conversation around him was shifting. Is he really that guy? Can he stay healthy, or is he just another good player but not great? Well, let me tell you something. Cade heard all of that, and this season, he's shutting up doubters in style. Cade is playing like a franchise player, putting up 25.2 points per game, 6.2 rebounds, and 9.5 assists per game, with 47% shooting from the field and nearly 40% from three. Those are all-star caliber numbers, and he's doing it while running the entire offense. But the stats don't tell the whole part of the story. The real reason Cade has been so dominant this year, his poise, his control, and his leadership. Well, let's break it down. First of all, start off with his improved playmaking. His passing has always been good, but this year it's on another level. He's reading defenses 2 steps ahead, whether it's threading the needle in pick and rolls, hitting cutters with LeBron level accuracy, or kicking it out to shooters at the right time. His assist turnover ratio is at a career best. This means he's just not creating shots, he's making the right decisions consistently. And the Pistons, they're top 10 in team assists per game, which is wild considering how much of a mess their offense was last season. Look, every team needs that guy, the one guy you trust in the clutch, the one who always wants the ball when the game is on the line, and guess what? Cade has become that guy. He's top 5 in fourth quarter scoring among young players, he's hitting big shots, pull-up threes, tough floaters, mid-range daggers, he's getting to the free throw line late in games, proving that he's not afraid of the moment, and this isn't just 1 or 2 games. This is a pattern. The third thing I noticed about Cade Cunningham was his 3-level scoring. As a rookie, he struggled with efficiency, forcing tough shots, settling for contested jump shots, but this year, he's become a 3-level scoring weapon. Cade is hitting 50% of his shots from the mid-range area, and I can't lie, that's pretty elite for a primary ball handler. That smooth Paul George style pull-up jumper, it's automatic now. Kind of like his 3-point shot, because Cade's 3-point shot has taken an insane leap from 31% last year to 39% this season. This means defenders can't just go under the screens anymore, they have to respect his shot, which opens up everyone else in the game. And this guy Cade is just taking over games. In the very recent game they had against the Utah Jazz, Cade Cunningham dropped 29 points, dished out 9 assists, snagged 4 steals, leading the Pistons to a commanding 134-106 victory. Don't get it twisted, Cade can also play defense. But the Pistons aren't just a one-man show, they have so many players that I'm still yet to talk about in today's video. Before we talk about them, shout out to BetUS, because did you know that BetUS also have a casino? For all my followers who like slots or live casino dealers, take advantage of BetUS's amazing sign-up bonus, 200% sign-up bonus up to $5,000, or 250% for crypto sign-up bonus up to $5,000. But now back to the video, because we have to talk about Jalen Duren. The dude is just an absolute beast, a 6'10" center, and especially in the paint, he is a monster, averaging 10.3 rebounds per game, and that is huge. You need a big man who's gonna go out there, grab you rebounds, and while his defensive presence has anchored Detroit's interior defense as well. his ability to protect the rim and clean up the glass has given the Pistons a much needed edge, especially in the interior. And while on the perimeter, Malik Beasley has been lighting it up, man, averaging 16 points per game, 40% from beyond the arc. His sharpshooting has stretched defenses and opened up driving lanes for his teammates, and especially Cade Cunningham. That's why he's doing well, is because of the spacing, making the Pistons offense more dynamic and versatile. That's why they've been doing good. He's also been breaking three-point records, the most three-pointers in a season as a Piston. That is very good. And you also need veteran presence, and this guy gets a lot of hate. His name's Tobias Harris. He had a pretty hefty contract, but he proved that he could actually live up to what he's meant to be on this roster. He's averaging 13.4 points, 6.6 rebounds per game, and while his experience and versatility have been invaluable, especially in clutch moments, his ability to play multiple positions and mentor the younger players is very big. This is the type of player the Pistons have been needing. And let's not forget Asar Thompson, been turning heads with his energy and athleticism, and in the recent game against the Utah Jazz, he went absolutely berserk with 17 points, 6 rebounds, 5 assists, 3 steals, and a block. I nearly ran out of breath reading that stat line. That's how good he played. One thing I'm very hyped about is his defense, because he has a lot of potential on both ends of the floor. He could read all those passing lanes, he could play you very high up in the perimeter, and that's why he's also one of my favorite players on the Pistons as well. Now, every success story has its share of adversity, and while the Pistons faced a significant setback with Jaden Ivey suffering a season-ending injury, this happened a bit back in the season, but it's still very important to note that the Pistons are going to be better next season, because before the injury, Ivey was averaging 18 points per game, had improved his three-point shot to 41%, so this just makes me even more hopeful that next season when they get Jaden Ivey back, the team's going to be even more scary. And while offensively, the Pistons are insane right now, averaging 114.7 points per game, placing them 11th in the league. Their balanced attack with multiple players capable of scoring in double figures makes them a tough matchup for any defense. The Pistons' resurgence hasn't gone unnoticed. Cade Cunningham earned his first All-Star selection this season, a nod to his stellar play and leadership, and while this recognition not only highlights Cade Cunningham's individual brilliance, but also signifies the league's acknowledgement of Detroit's rise. But in the comment section, I want you guys to tell me how far the Pistons will go in the playoffs. Will they be a first-round exit? And who's the most underrated player on this squad? If you enjoyed today's video, make sure you hit that like and subscribe. It helps get the video out to many more people. And thank you to BetUS for sponsoring today's video.
Reaches 27 consecutive games. That is the longest streak in a single season in NBA history.
I thought we were good defensively for the most part. We had a few lapses here and there, but for the most part, I thought we were really, really solid defensively. I thought we were physical, and forced them in the areas that we wanted them to play in.